Good morning. Welcome to episode 17 of Pantry to Plate. We are talking all about a super fun summer pastime where we don't have to turn on any of the cooking gadgets in the kitchen. We're talking about grilling. We are home. Some people are home for the summer when kids are home and we're gathering with our friends and family and we're having cookouts. And I wanted to share some really fun ideas for incorporating some more vegetables and ways to serve them into your grilling list of things that you already love to make. So as you know, I'm Kristen, your friendly food bank dietitian, and we are live in the Kaiser Permanente Learning Kitchen here at the food bank. So you're probably thinking, Kristen, you are inside and you're in a kitchen. How are you going to grill? I'm using an electric grill. So if you don't have an outdoor grill, an electric grill will do the trick. Or you can use a pan that has grill lines in it. So don't feel like you have to have like the charcoal and the wood and the burning fire, because that can be really overwhelming. Personally, I'm overwhelmed by things like that. I don't actually know how to grill. So if anyone wants to teach me how to grill, I am all ears. But I can tell you how your food should be shaped and things like that when it comes to cooking vegetables on the grill. So let's get started. So we are first going to talk about summer vegetables. Lots of things are in season right now, and they work wonderfully on the grill. When we grill things, we get a nice color, which adds really great flavor. Sometimes vegetables can just taste like meh, so this is a great way to get some good flavor and color on your vegetables. So first thing we're going to start with is squash and zucchini. We've got some eggplant that we're going to add and some tomatoes. But first, I'm just going to get these on the grill. First, I do want to tell you that you want to make sure that the size of your vegetables is a good 1/2 to 1/2 inch or even more thick. That's going to keep them from falling apart and turning to mush while they're on the grill. So these have some oil on them. And I'm going to go ahead and add them straight to my hot grill. This thing is as high as it goes. We want to get some really great color on our vegetables. So I'm going to go ahead and add these. That means it's hot. So I'm just going to make a little row. I've got some zucchini and some yellow squash. Here we go. I'm going to be adding several things here. So I'm going to make sure I leave enough room for some other things to be added. Okay, zucchini and squash are on the grill. Next thing I want to show you is eggplant. So there is something we have to do to prep eggplant before we add it to the grill, and we need to sweat it. So what does that mean? That means that eggplant can be a little bit bitter and it has a lot of water. So whenever you sweat it, I'm going to show you right over here. Okay, so here we go. Oops. 1 second. Let me fix this. Okay, there we go. So when we sweat the eggplant, all we're doing is we're cutting it into those 1/2 really thick inch slices, and then we're going to coat it with salt and let it drain. I know you can't see me. It's totally fine. I'm here. So you want it to just sit to release some of the water with the salt. So this is like really soft and pliable now, and you can actually see lines in it from where I put it on the grate. So that's because it has weighed itself down as it has released the water. So about 30 minutes is good. And before you put it on the grill, you want to make sure that you squeeze off the water. So if you don't have a cooling sheet like this, it's totally fine. You can just put this in a regular kitchen strainer in the sink, and that will work just fine. Go. So give it a good pat and squeeze out some of that water. Okay, if you're ever cooking eggplant, you want this to be your first step. Okay, so nice and dry. I'm gonna grab my cooking spray and give it a little coat. And then we're gonna put it on the grill. Just like that. I'm not gonna salt this because I salted it before I put it on the grill. Before I drained it, that is. Okay, back to forward. There we go. All right, so we've got our zucchini and our squash on the grill. The last summer vegetable I'm going to add are tomatoes. So this was really fun for me to play around with today. So there's a couple tips here that are really important when you're going to grill tomatoes. So first off, I cut my tomato in half, but I cut in half this way. So here's my top and here's my bottom. So I cut it in half horizontally instead of through the middle like you usually would. So you can see the lobes of the inside of the tomato. What you do here to make sure that they don't get too watery is you're going to, this is fun, use your finger to scoop out the seeds and the liquid part between all of the lobes. So it comes out really easily. It feels really funny. This could be like a good kid job because they could get like really silly with it. So I'm just scooping out the seeds. So that way we don't have a lot of water and the seeds like falling through the grates of the grill. If you don't want to do that, you can also use some foil or something like that to put your tomatoes on, but you're really not losing anything. You're just removing the seeds. Okay. So that's how you do it. I'm just going to give it a little spray of oil and put it straight on our grill. So these tomatoes do best at high heat. There we go. Scoop out the rest of those seeds there. All right. Okay. And there we go. There's our second half. All right, so you just want to cook these until you've got really great color. So give it at least 3 or 4 minutes on the first side before you flip it over, because it's really important to get a really consistent contact with the high heat surface for a while. So if you're the kind of person who likes to poke around and flip things and touch it and check it, let it be. I promise it's a good idea to do that. Okay, so I really want to check it now all of a sudden. Let's see. I guess I should use my tongs. We got a little bit of color, but it's not there just yet. One thing that's really helpful with doing this, so if you want to get the good color a little bit faster, you can use something to add some weight to the top. So sometimes, you know, there are contraptions that you use that you can buy that are specific for that, but I don't have that. What I'm using today is a stainless steel pan. I've already used it this morning. So all you have to do is just place it on top and it gives a little bit of weight. And you can hear that. So it increases the contact with the high heat. And it helps to get your grill marks faster. And then your veggies aren't going to be mushy. Yes, that's the sound you're looking for. I hope you can hear that really well. A cast iron pan will also do really well here. Yes. So you can season your vegetables with any seasoning that you like. I recommend that you just hold back on the salt just a little bit and use more herbs and spices. So today I'm just using salt and pepper. but you can use anything that you like. All right. Let's see if that made a big difference. We did do that for long. It did increase it quite a bit. Woo! We're going to flip them. Yeah. Give it a good flip. Yeah, that looks great. So good. Okay, let's check this eggplant. Such good grill lines on the eggplant. It really does help to sweat them because they have not been on here for maybe 3 minutes. So that's a great color there. Oh, so good. Okay, let's check this tomato. I don't know if you can see that very well. They get a little soft and mushy. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and flip my tomatoes. Oh, those are beautiful. Okay, so I'm just going to give these just a little bit of seasoning and some salt. You can also use a brush, so you can put some oil in a bowl and use a brush and brush over the top of your veggies. I don't have one of those with me today, so I'm just using the spray oil. It gives you the opportunity to control how much oil you're adding on your vegetables. Okay. I'm going to shift some things over here. Okay, I've got a beautiful platter of already grilled vegetables over here. I can't wait to show you. But I'm going to hold off. Let's get our pan here. Okay, so key takeaways here so far is the size of your vegetable pieces is very important, because you don't want them to turn to mush. You can always cut them smaller after they're cooked, but you want to make sure you have a good surface area touching the hot pan, and they need some substantial thickness so they don't turn to mush. Okay. Here we go. So I don't have an electric grill like this at home, but I do have a small grill pan. It's about this big. And it actually came with one of those weights, the handled weights that you can cook with. I bought it at Goodwill. No need to go try to find one at a store and pay full price for it. Keep your eye on the kitchen gadgets at your local consignment shops. You never know what people are going to send. I love my little pan. And I use it for exactly this. I'm a huge fan of grilled zucchini and squash and eggplant. Let's see how this looks. Looking pretty good. Yeah, okay, let's check this eggplant. It might be done. Yep, okay, eggplant is good and crispy. I'm gonna take it off. Ooh, I got two. I'm going to add it to my pan over here. Now I'm going to show you the full platter in just a minute. I want to make sure that you get to see all of the goodness at the same time. Okay. Tomatoes are still going on the bottom. These need just another minute on the bottom. Next thing I'm going to add, I'm really excited about this. So, meat, of course, belongs on the grill. It's going to give you that really great caramelization in contact with the really high heat. So I've got a recipe in our repertoire called teriyaki pork. So teriyaki pineapple pork, I should clarify. So today I'm using chicken thighs. So I marinated my chicken thighs in pineapple juice with soy sauce and ground ginger and garlic powder. That's it. If you like spicy, you can add some red pepper flakes or ground red peppers there if you want to in your marinade, but that is what I use for mine. I decided to make this because pineapple slices are beautiful on a grill. So that led me to using some chicken and also grilling the chicken as well. So I put it all together and let it marinate for a little while. It doesn't have to marinate overnight or anything like that. Before you get ready to cook it, I would recommend you to take it out of the marinade and let it just kind of sit at room temp just a little. You don't want your meat to be super cold. Here's my marinated chicken thighs. I got a brown color from the soy sauce, and that is our source of salt. I didn't add any additional salt to this marinade. Okay, so what I'm gonna do though, before I do that, I didn't add any oil to my marinade. I'm gonna take my cooking spray and just spray it before I add it to the grill. I'm using a different set of tongs for this. Exactly the sound you want. To keep my raw meat tongs away from the other ingredients. Here we go. Okay. I got a couple little niblets that are just in here, so we're gonna have a couple little yummy bites on the side. Okay, so let's check these. Much better color, much better. That's what we're looking for. Yes, oh, that was beautiful. Okay, here we go. We have free space here. Next to go on the grill is the pineapple that goes with our chicken. So let's go ahead and take off our tomatoes. They get a little bit of color on the bottom, but if you cook them too long, they really will fall apart. So you gotta be careful with that. Okay, chicken is going. Let's grab our pineapple. So this is just canned pineapple slices, canned in pineapple juice. So I use that juice from the can and use it in my chicken marinade. So what I'm gonna do now, just a little spray on the top here before I add it. Go ahead and add those pineapple slices to the grill. Yes, all of the good sounds. There we go. Okay, that's all I'm going to add for the bone for now. So, if you ever had teriyaki chicken hibachi at a Japanese restaurant, you usually get zucchini and onions served with your chicken. So what I did was I saved my marinade from the chicken and I heated it up on the stovetop to kill any of the raw chicken juice. So you want it to come all the way to a boil, like really bubbling, just to make sure you kill that off. So because this is like liquid gold. You got delicious flavor here and you don't want to toss it. So brought my sauce up to a boil. And then I added a cornstarch slurry. So once I was happy with it boiling for at least 30 seconds, I, on the side, mixed 1 tablespoon of cornstarch and 1 tablespoon of water together. The water has to be cold, or any liquid that you choose has to be cold for the slurry to work. Cornstarch will dissolve like immediately. And then you can add that to your pot to thicken your sauce. So I used a whisk, like you just saw, to, I should add this here. Yeah, I used a whisk to make sure I got all of the cornstarch from the bottom of the pot, and I just whisked it until you can feel it. So it doesn't feel as loose like water as you're mixing it, but then you can also see it start to sort of stick to the bottom of the pan. So that's what you're looking for. You can use a spoon to dip up some of the sauce, and if it flows really slowly on the spoon, that means you've got a really good sauce. Okay, so sauce is ready. Just waiting for this chicken to be cooked through. And then I'm going to show you another fun thing that you can add that will fall into the dessert category from the grill. Pineapple does. We're also going to try one more fruit. All right. I just want to check my pineapple. Yes. Beautiful color. Marinades and sauces that have sugar in them are going to increase the color and how quickly it cooks on the outside. So fruit is a really great idea because you don't have to add anything. Just a little bit of oil to make sure that it doesn't stick, and then you're good to go. Okay. I'm going to use my chicken tongs here to just check this bottom of the chicken. Beautiful color. We're going to go ahead and flip it. Yes, that one is gorgeous. Okay, that is so good. Chicken thighs are typically more thin than chicken breasts, so they're going to cook faster, which is great for the grill. Putting the lid on it helps to kind of cook it all the way through while it's cooking from the bottom as well. While that's going, I guess I can go ahead and show you some of my finished products over here. We're waiting on the chicken to cook through. So let's take a look over here. Yes, there we go. Okay, so I cooked all of these beautiful veggies earlier. One thing I didn't show you on the video is the onion. So all I did was cut it into circles and into just like flat and put them straight on the grill with a little bit of oil. And that's going to be really delicious, sweet caramelized onion. This is my teriyaki chicken tray. So I've got grilled chicken that I already cooked, as well as the squash and zucchini and eggplant here. Oh, I did that backwards. Anyway, here's the pineapple. There's the chicken. So a couple of things that I didn't actively show you how to cook on the grill are really interesting additions that you might want to try at home. One thing that you can grill is avocado. So here is some of our grilled avocado. You just slice it in half and pull out the seed, and then you're going to give it a little coat of oil and grill it cut side down just to get some beautiful marks there. The avocado needs to be soft, but not super ripe, or it will be really mushy. We filled this avocado with a combination of grilled onion, tomato, and a jalapeno. So we've got this like nice charred salsa inside of our avocado, and that's a beautiful side dish. So that is one thing you can also try on your grill. And what might be the most interesting and surprising to you is you can put lettuce on the grill, specifically romaine lettuce. So what you're going to do, here it is, beautiful romaine lettuce, and I grilled some lemons here also. What you're going to do is you're going to cut it through the roots and keep the root intact, and that's going to hold your whole wedge together when you grill it. So high heat. Doesn't take more than 2 or 3 minutes on both sides just to get a good color. And then the lemons, no oil or anything necessary. So all you have to do is just squeeze the lemon juice over the top, and sprinkle some olive oil, and you've got delicious addition and interesting flavors added to your salad. What I would do is take this grilled romaine and mix it with some fresh. So you get a combination of the fresh and the really cold, and then the charred of the romaine. Okay, let's come back to our grill and see. I smell it. It smells so good. Okay, let's see. Pineapple is perfectly cooked. I'm going to go ahead and get that off of here before it burns. Let's see if I can pick it all up. Yes. Okay. adding this over here to our chicken and our veggies. Now let's check our chicken. It's not raw anymore, so I'm going to use the same tongs. I know that these little bits are done. Now, let's see. How's our color? Beautiful, beautiful. So good. Okay, but we want to make sure that it's cooked all the way through, so we're going to check the temperature on it using a cooking thermometer. You want to make sure you hit the middle of the meat. Yeah, we're almost there. So 165 is done for chicken, but you can pull it around 150 because it's going to continue to cook through a little bit even after you take it off the heat. So you want to make sure you choose the thickest part of the meat. Yeah, we're right there. Yep. And then also, like, don't poke it all the way through to where you're, like, hitting the actual heat source. That's important as well. Beautiful. Okay, that other side can use, so good. I'm so excited. Okay, so our chicken is done. We're right around 150. Gonna pull it off and let it rest. I'm gonna just move it to this pan over here. Okay. Last but not least is our dessert. So it's still July. It's still peach month. So we've got some local Georgia peaches cut in half. The pit is scooped out, so you've just got these peach halves, and we're going to put them right on the grill. Just give them a little coating. You can sprinkle some cinnamon on here if you like that, or you can just get the really delicious fruit flavor from it. Okay, you want your peaches to be ripe, so a little tender to the touch, but you don't want them to be super soft because peaches are really high in water content. So we want to make sure that they can still stay intact while they're on the grill and not get all mushy. Okay, so we have this awesome platter of grilled veggies. And you're thinking, how do I eat this? So you can eat them throughout your week. Maybe this is what you do on meal prep day. You can eat them throughout your week as just a side dish of grilled veggies. I love doing that. You can chop them up and add them to your green salads for an extra flavor and veggie. A really interesting way is to make a beautiful summer vegetable sandwich. So you can use some whole grain bread. You can take your avocado and spread it on the bread and add all of your vegetables with some lettuce, maybe some cream cheese if you want that as your base. You get some good fat and protein from that. So that's another way you can eat your grilled veggies. You can also take those onions and tomatoes and your peppers and add them to a blender and make a quick restaurant-style salsa. I'll add the caveat that restaurant-style salsa isn't cooked, but this would be in that very pureed style. How else? Okay. We got our avocados. We got our salsa. All right. Peaches are going. They still feel cold. I mean, it does not take much to get some good color on those peaches. I'm going to go ahead and flip them. Okay, just to let the bottom just cook just a little bit. All right, I'm going to take my teriyaki sauce that I thickened with a cornstarch slurry. I'm going to pour it over our chicken and pineapple and veggies. And then we're good to go as a delicious summer grilled meal. So let's come back over here. All right, we got our chicken. Here we go. Top it all off with some teriyaki sauce. Yum. Ta-da. Serve that with some rice. And you are good to go. Now, when we're grilling, we may be eating outside and doing some picnic style or cookout. So we want to make sure that our food stays safe. So anything that you serve hot needs to be, needs to stay hot, and anything that you serve cold needs to stay cold. So keep that in mind. You could serve this teriyaki chicken cold. You just need to make sure that it stays cold. You can use some big aluminum pans and put some ice in the bottom of it, and then just put your bowls nestled in the ice and add ice as you need. That's a good way to keep your cold food cold. Hot food, you can put in a slow cooker on warm, or just take it inside and reheat it in the microwave if you need to bring the temperature back up. Okay, my friends, I hope you will try grilling some peaches or pineapple or some of these beautiful summer vegetables at your home while it's still hot and you don't want to turn your stove on inside. Make sure, if you don't have a grill pan, to check out your local consignment shop and see if you can find one in the wild somewhere for much reduced price. Okay, my friends, we'll see you in August for our next episode on the second Tuesday of August. You can find the recipes and tips from this video at the link at the bottom of the screen. Those capital letters are important. Remember that. Thanks for watching, and we will see you second week of August. Happy grilling.